Let's turn it a little bit. All right, should be working now. All right, so this is a little bit unusual time for my Sunday lives. They're usually at 5. I'm just kidding. They're always like at 5, plus or minus like 4 hours. So yeah, it's like 3 o'clock now. And it's raining outside, so I can't do some work I was doing, so I'm doing this. And okay, last week I mentioned that I was trying to regain some focus, because I was wavering a little bit. How's it going, Nepsy? Anyway, so in my regaining of focus, I've kind of gone back to my adventure builder basics, basic principles, honesty, honor, strength, courage, imagination, all that stuff. And a big one that I feel I've been slacking off on was honesty. Like honestly looking at the world, seeing it for what it is, not for what I hope it is. And I've been kind of messing up with that a little. One big thing is, and I've learned this lesson many times in my life, it's just an easy one to forget because sometimes you hope and sometimes you get distracted and whatever. People can only be expected to be who they are, not anything more than they are. If someone is always late, expect them to be late. If someone always lies, expect them to lie. If someone is unreliable, do not rely on that person. Very obvious, right? Duh. And it doesn't matter how much you hope that the person can be different than they are. It doesn't matter how much they say they would like to be different. If they show no evidence of being different than they are, trust them to be who they are and nothing more. Otherwise, it's not fair to you or them. So never rely on someone who's unreliable. Remember that, Jaimie. Now, another big thing that I've been, I feel stupid about this one too, but I've been distracted a lot and whatever. So a lot of people have been putting a lot of pressure on me, like just telling me, Jaimie, why are you working so hard? Why are you making life so hard for yourself? Why don't you use the newer thing instead of doing the old thing? Basically, take the easy way, Jaimie. Take the easy way. Why do you keep making things so hard for yourself? Why do you keep taking the hard route? Take the easy way. Get the newer thing, the fancier technology, the more modern thing. Do this, blah, blah, blah. Jaimie, you're just being stubborn. And, I kind of lost track of why I was even doing all this hard work and all this stuff and not doing what like everybody else around me is doing. But then when I was like, all right, Jaimie, take an honest view at this. Take an honest look. What is really going on? Well, I pretty much immediately came to the same conclusion I always come to when I look at this. When I really look at it with an honest look, without bias or anything. And the simple fact is, taking the easy route doesn't work out in the long run. It ends up being harder in the long run. Taking the hard route often ends up being easier in the long run, or better. It's not even easier in the long run. It just ends up being better. Like easier does not mean better. You get a machine that does something for you that makes life easier. It doesn't mean it's going to be better just because it's easier. Often when something starts out easier, it ends up harder and harder as you go on. Now, one of the big things people stuck in this kind of take the easy road mindset keep thinking is, well, the next piece of technology or the next innovation, that's what's going to make life easy. That's going to fix it. And they keep thinking they just got to keep going forward and forward and forward. But if you look back in the past, that's not the way it's going. So let's look way back in the past when people were like subsistence farming. Like everybody farmed because everyone had to eat, so they would farm food. And so they'd plant food, grow food, have animals, and trade with their neighbors and stuff. And one of the difficulties with this is if you had a really bad year and you had a bad crop, man, you go hungry for a while. Unless you worked with other people, it was unreliable, was sometimes a difficult life, right? So along comes these machines and technology that make it so one person can make a lot of food with all this machinery and chemicals and stuff. They can make enough food for a lot of people, right? and they can make it cheaper. And then the person who's subsistence farming goes talks to that person and is like, how much does it cost you to make a tomato? And the guy who's got all the machines and the chemicals and all the stuff is like, dude, I can make a tomato for like 5 cents. And the guy who's like working, growing his own food is like, man, 5 cents a tomato? I can't make them for that. And let's ignore inflation for the moment. We're just gonna gloss over this whole thing. We're gonna presume static inflation throughout the entire history of the universe. Yeah. Anyway, so this guy's like, well, I can't make a tomato for 5 cents. So why don't I just buy tomatoes from this guy and I'll go get a job? So I'll go work at a factory somewhere where I can make money and then buy the tomatoes from this guy. But then you go and get the factory job and it's like, well, to live close enough to the factory, I got to sell the farm. Okay. I mean, I can always buy it back if I need later, right? So, I mean, all right, honey, let's go. Now, instead of slaving away, both of us all the time, working to grow all this food, now I can go work at the factory and I can buy enough stuff for us. And then you can just, chill out and take care of the house or whatever. And between the two of us, our workload will be greatly reduced. So we move closer to the factory and start renting an apartment. And then we make the money and we go to the store and the tomato's not 5 cents, it's 50 cents. And you're like, wait. I thought he was making this for 5 cents a tomato. But then the farmer had to transport it and send it here and send it there. And every step of the way, this fuel was taxed. Someone had to charge the delivery guy. The store has to take a cut. All these politicians, they tax every step of the way. Every transaction gets taxed and a piece of it comes out. And by the time it gets to the store, it's 10 times the cost that the farmer made it for. And the guy's like, okay, it's not as good as we thought it was going to be, but it's still, we can still work it. But then you go to the factory and you collect your paycheck and you're like, why is it so small? I thought we were going to be making piles and piles of money. And okay, I've got 25% income tax. But where's the rest of it? Oh, well, the factory is producing something that they sell and that got taxed. And then any materials they buy, that got taxed. And every step of the way, your dollar's been just snipped away like 47 different times before it got to you. So now, because your dollars are so stretched thin, that 5 cent tomato is more like a $5 tomato. And it's like, well, this doesn't work. This sucks. And then you realize, oh, we're a 2-person household. We can both go to work. And then maybe we can make it, we can scrape by, but we can't both go to work. Someone has to be in the house taking care of, the house stuff, cooking the food, making the laundry, and, or making the food, cooking the laundry, whatever, doing all this different stuff. Oh, but we've got machines to do that. So then we get more machines, and that makes it better, right? Again, we get it better. So we put the machines in, and that will do the laundry and the machines. And then you don't have to kill a chicken and pluck it and like tear the whole thing apart to make dinner. No, you just go to the store. That's already been mechanically done, or done by some slaves, or whatever. I don't know. You go to the store and there's just magic chicken breast with no extra stuff. So you can just throw it in the pan and with a few other ingredients, it takes like 1/10 the amount of time it used to take to cook dinner. Better, right? Progress. Yes, this is great. So now you've got 2 people who both don't have to be at home. They can both go to the factory and work and slave away and come back home with like not enough money to quite scrape by. And it's like, what? We never get to see our kids because we sent them away to school and daycare, and now we're just working all the time. And everything we buy is taxed like crazy. This isn't as good. This was supposed to be progress. Everything was supposed to be better and better and better. We kept taking the easier route, right? But this isn't easier. This isn't better. We're just struggling. We're just going on this treadmill, just trying to keep up. And every time something that comes along and makes our life easier, makes things more efficient, someone comes along and says, oh, I'm sorry, that extra time and that extra energy, no, that's not for you. You don't get to keep that. We're just going to squeeze you more, and we're going to take that, and I know I'm supposed to be, doing this important political job, but I'm going to be busy spending your money instead of showing up to the Senate or whatever. So then people just keep. Then people are stuck in this two-way mindset. It's like, okay, I've been trying so hard to make life easier, but it keeps getting harder. Maybe I'm just not doing it hard enough. Okay, I just got to make things easier and easier and easier. The easiest thing is to sit around watching the TV and just talk about the next thing. The next thing, that's going to be the thing that fixes it. That's going to be the thing that fixes all our lives and makes them easy, which equates to better somehow. So now it's AI and robots are going to do everything for us. And then we're all going to get this universal basic income and everything is going to be amazing. We're just going to hang around in heaven and the world will be amazing, right? Except every step of the way, taking the easy route has made it harder. So the other option is you go back to your farm. You go back the other way. You say, I'm gonna fight back uphill, try to get back to the farm, except you can't do it now because you spent all your money on your apartment and the cost of living was so high, it's like impossible to save money. So then you got to between the two of you got to get a third job and try to scrape by and save money and just kill yourself just to get back to the point where you can grow your own freaking tomato in your own damn land. And you can pick it yourself without some guy standing there saying, oh, no, we got to tax that. We got to tax that. Every scoop of dirt you move, we're going to have to take a piece of that. And every tomato you grow, we're going to have to take a piece of that. And all your animals, well, you only get 10% of them when you slaughter them. We need to take the rest. And no one's there to do it. You can just grow your own food in your own land and eat it. No one else even has to know what's happening. But it's so hard to get back there once you've gotten sucked into this treadmill of nonsense and endless blah. So anyway, I'm in a position now where I've gotten back to the point where I can do a lot of things myself. And I can see my kids every day. I can see my kids every day. I spend tons of time with my kids every day. And that's why I'm doing this stuff. So, once I actually thought about it, I feel like an idiot for wondering recently, is all this effort I'm doing, is it worth anything? Am I even doing anything? Because all these people are telling me I should be doing something else. Oh no, once I actually think about it, I am totally doing the right thing. Like, I don't know why I was even doubting it. I got to stop listening to these ridiculous people. So anyway, the last week has been amazing because I've just been feeling like I am doing something that has a point. So anyway, that's what's going on with me. Whoa, what are you guys doing here? Ken says, oh wait, I got to turn up my brightness a little so I can read these comments. That wasn't Ken, that was KCP 9283. Hello, you sound like a droid. Lots of bananas. Oh yeah, I cut down some more bananas recently. There are a bunch more, actually. Are there any naked kids in the house? No naked kids, I think. But yeah, there's a lot of bananas. Oh yeah, that's all just from one banana thing.
This is a lot of bananas.
Oh, that is a lot of bananas. Yeah, and they're like piled up back there too. I'm very excited about the bananas. They should start turning yellow in a couple days. That'll be great. Hans says, J-Mart. What is J-Mart? I don't know, but please do the lives more early, like today. Otherwise, it's 2 a.m. in Germany. Oh, well, hopefully I'm on German time. What time is it in Germany right now? It's like 3 o'clock here. Germany's pretty far away. That's probably late, but yeah, not 2 a.m. So that's great. How well does YouTube pay? Not well. Okay. So back to what I was talking about with the money. I don't get to live the way I live now because I make a lot of money. I make very little money. Like, I don't know. I might make like $12,000 a year, like with everything. The reason I can do this is because the cost of living is so much lower when you grow your own freaking tomato and eat it, because no one's taking a piece. Like, the reason cost of living keeps going up and up and up for people isn't because life is just getting harder. It's because people keep taking more. People are taking more. There are more and more people who are just greedy and taking more. And this is another thing that really frustrates me. So, like every now and then, I'll just watch some YouTube videos just to kind of get a feel of what people are seeing these days. And man, the advice that I'm seeing given out for men is so horribly bad. Like it's all like, think of yourself, be greedy, take care of yourself. Women suck, don't deal with them. Yo, be a gym bro, just do your own thing. Don't deal with these women, they're horrible. And I get it. I totally get where you're coming from. Because a lot of women are getting the same message. This is stupid, man, blah, blah, blah. And then, but that whole thing is not sustainable. We can't sustain a population by just avoiding each other and never having children. There's probably some engineer behind all this who's got this propaganda going on. He's like, hey, we'll collapse the population by convincing the men to stay away from the women and make them think they're being all like strong or something. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh man. Anyway, but yeah, so, and these videos are getting like huge amounts of views, and people are like, oh yeah, man, that's the way to go, man. Because who wants to deal with these dumb women who are just like a pain in the butt and whatever? I don't need no, but it's like, and then any guy who's like, well, I actually like women. They're like, oh, you're going to get screwed, man. Ha ha. You'll see, you'll learn. But like, what do we do then? Just avoid each other, never have children, and then just disappear, just go extinct? Like, is that the choice? Now, I understand like not wanting to deal with the opposite sex, whether you're a man or a woman, but it's not a sustainable thing. It's not a responsible thing to do. It doesn't make any sense in any term. It's taking the easy way out at the expense of the future. And this is the whole thing I was talking about earlier. Taking the easy way out is often, almost always, at the expense of the future. And then you get into the future and it's like, well, this sucks. I don't get why. It's because you took the freaking easy way over and over and over and ended up somewhere you didn't plan because you had no say in it, and you just got shuffled around like a cow in some stalls because you're like, oh, what's the easiest way to go? This way? Okay. And the people pulling the strings are like, oh, this population is amazing. We can make them do anything we want just by putting a little bit of resistance here and a little bit of resistance there, throwing a candy over here, and all these dumb people are like, okay, oh, go this way? Okay, and then everyone's like, why am I so miserable and lonely, and I hate my job? And like, you gotta put effort into life. If you take the easy way out, you end up in a sucky situation. Put effort into life, and you can get somewhere good. Oh, I love you, man. Steve Fellows. What?
Say hi.
You want to say hi? All right, say hi.
Hi.
All right, get out of here, you turkey. The other thing is, like, having kids is hilarious. It's like living with hobbits who are drunk. Like it's like living with drunk hobbits all the time. It's great. Okay, Hans has a question. Hold on, I gotta answer a question. You want to scoop of stupid peanut butter? All right, I can give you a scoop of stupid peanut butter.
Me too.
All right. Come here, give me your spoon. Get your own, Bellatrix, give them scoops of stupid peanut butter. I got questions to answer here. Okay. Oh, what's up with that dating lady you mentioned some weeks ago? Nothing came of that. I mean, there are some, what do you call it? Some women in the world in whom I am interested, but they're all like on the other side of the planet, and there isn't quite enough interest there to bridge the geographical gap, so to speak. So yeah, nothing working at the moment. Plus, I've just been focusing on getting things going here. Can people change, improve themselves? Yes, people can change and improve themselves. However, don't expect them to, because you're going to be disappointed a lot. Like, and this is kind of the trap I was getting kind of sucked into. It was like, there are people in my life who it would be really, really spectacular if they could change, improve themselves. And they would say, I want to do it. I'm doing it. I am doing it. And I'd be like, okay, I'm with you. Let's do it. And then I would be left holding all this responsibility that they didn't do. It's just so frustrating. So before you rely on someone else's changes, they have to make the change, and you can't make the changes for them. And they can't just say with no actual results, oh, I'm doing it. I've changed, and then just be exactly the same. That's really frustrating. Let's see. Oh God, Reddit said. All right, let's hear what Reddit said. Reddit said that if you have gasoline-powered boat, you can shorten your travel time to town and back by 4 hours. Okay. I don't know what's. Okay. Should I go into this a little bit? I'm presuming. Okay. So if I have a gasoline-powered boat, I could shorten my trip to town and back. When I used to go to town in a gasoline-powered boat, it was an all-day ordeal, even in a much faster boat. It just took all day. It just took all day regardless. The other thing is, gotta stop for gas, gotta pay for gas. And then, since I'm sitting sitting on my butt in a gasoline boat, not doing anything for those hours of traveling, then I also need to do some exercise to make up for the exercise I'm not doing, because when I drive in my boat, I'm exercising the whole way. So you got to add a couple hours of exercise in there. It's like the thing where someone says, oh, go to the gym and get a membership. Then you can pay to drive yourself and then pay more for the gas to drive yourself to the gym. And then you can do exercise and pay for the privilege of doing exercise. Why don't you just get rid of all that crap, run to the gym, don't actually go in, don't pay anything, and then run home. Maybe do a few push-ups here and there on the way. Yeah, and a gasoline motor, there's gonna be all this maintenance, and then I gotta listen to the whir. It's a much less amazing experience. I love driving in my electric boats when I'm pedaling, and I'm like, sometimes I run into a storm, and it's like, but it's still an adventure, man. It can be horribly scary and whatever, but I've always made it back. But almost always, I go on sunny days when it's beautiful, and I'm just like chilling. It's so relaxing going in a motor that I know it always sounds really loud on camera, because the camera picks up motor sounds like really loud. But like I can have a conversation in my boat. It's not. Yeah, it's just such a more relaxing, enjoyable experience. I love it so much more. Going places faster does not make life better. It just makes life faster. People are running around as fast as they can, doing nothing, not enjoying themselves. I'd rather go slower and enjoy myself, so whatever. And someone's gonna say, oh, well, I go fast and enjoy myself. Yeah, whatever, fine. It's fine. Hi, evening here. I rarely get to see you live. Excellent. Chaotic good barbarian. Ooh, that sounds like my kind of dude. See, I'm not even wearing a shirt. I bet you're not wearing. Wait. If you're a chaotic good barbarian, you better not be wearing a shirt, man. You can't be wearing a shirt. Are you wearing a shirt? You can wear pants. I'll let the pants go. But you cannot be wearing a shirt. Why? You can't be a chaotic good barbarian and wear a shirt. Oh, jeez. So you know that movie? This kid is laughing her head off right now. What was that movie called? What was that Free Guy with Ryan Reynolds? If anyone who hasn't seen the movie, there's a scene toward the end of the movie where there's this big muscly guy who comes in. Oh, jeez. And there's this and there's this little security guard who goes up to this giant muscly guy, and he's like, "Oh, he's glorious. I just wanna." And he goes up and like puts his hands on his giant pecs, and he's like, "Boopity boop boop bop bop boppity bop," and then he gets beat up, whatever. But apparently, this kid thinks it's hilarious. Okay. Diddler ballet. I don't know what. Oh, it's not. Wait, is it diddler? Oh, it's Didier, not diddler. I thought diddler. That sounded really risque, but it's Didier. Ballet. After all those years watching you, you always encourage me to build do-it-yourself projects. Excellent. Beautiful. That makes it totally worth making these videos and embarrassing myself all the time. That's great. I have a rooftop farm. I sell edible flower. Is it edible flower or flowers? Those are two different things. Oh, wait. No, it's spelled like the flowers. Yeah, okay. I know how to spell. I promise. And I am building a vertical wall with water system. Thanks for the mindset. Love. Beautiful. Deep downtown Montreal. And instead of room, I have 2 rooms filled with green house tent. There's still hope. That's awesome. That sounds totally cool, man. Man, I haven't been in Montreal in a long time. I used to spend some time in Montreal because I grew up in Hamilton. You must know where that is, not too far away. And then I was just south of you in Vermont for like a decade or so. It's all worth it. You in it, you have not the same context as us from outside. I think there were some typos in there. Would it be good for you to elevate your water cistern so that you can has more water pressure? I can has more water pressure. I appreciate your Japanese video game translations. I know it was supposed to be have, but I do like the typos, especially when they're like Japanese video game. The truck have started to move. Solid snake. Okay. Elevate your water cistern so that you can have more water pressure. I don't know. I don't need more water pressure. What do I need more water pressure for? Is the water more wet when it's pressurized more? I don't know. Why does it need to be pressurized? I don't get it. Well, my drinking water definitely doesn't have to be this thing right here. And then the water from the shower works, right? Shower works. What else do we need water pressure for? Nothing. Yeah, I think the water unpressurized is just fine. Besides, the pipes and the valves and everything will last longer anyway.
Hey, I got someone in the comment with a banana.
Is that the end of your comments?
Have you ever did? Oh, I love this. Have you ever did gold prospecting in the stream you have? Have you ever done gold prospecting in the stream you have? Man, I gotta cut my hair back here. No, I haven't. Maybe I wonder if gold would be in there. I don't know. I haven't really thought about it that much. It's a little stream. I feel like there would be more of a chance of gold being in one of the bigger rivers, like way across the water there. I've never prospected there either, but I've definitely thought about it because I've gone up there to go swimming and stuff because, the river is nice fresh water and it's cold. So on a hot day, it's kind of nice to go over there. It takes like 2 hours to get there, whatever. But yeah, I definitely look at the sand and I'm like, I wonder if there's any gold flakes in there. I wouldn't be surprised if there were. But I've never actually tried. Do you use direct sunlight to make hot water? Well, funny. We just had showers outside because it was pouring rain, as I mentioned. The rain has since stopped. Everything's soaked outside. But when it started pouring rain, I went outside, and the front of my house has like a squirt from the gutter that fills up some buckets that I keep in front of the house so I can use them for, whatever, concrete or, whatever I don't want to use drinking water for. Anyway, I was like, it's pouring, let's go have showers. So I ran out and all the kids came out and we're all having showers. And the water was coming off warm because just before that, the sun was out, so the roof was all hot. So the water was coming off the roof, which was hot, and making warm water. But generally speaking, no, I don't use anything to make hot water.
See it.
You want to see what? Here, move over. Move over, you little gremlin. Oh, let me just. Oh no. Did you get upset that I moved you over? Hold on, I've got a situation here. Have you been horribly rejected and moved over? So many peaches to harvest. You have peaches? Oh, that's awesome. I can't grow peaches. Like stone fruit don't grow in tropical places. It's too warm.
Stone fruit.
What's this?
So it's stone
Yeah, stone fruit, like apples, peaches, plums, that kind of stuff. I don't know why they call them stone fruit. I guess they look kind of like stones, I guess. I don't know. Hydro Pelton wheel. I have definitely thought about this. So the stream I have on my property, it's not a very big stream, but you know, it's always running. And yeah, I do want to put a water wheel in there at some point. I don't know what, probably a Pelton wheel, but I'll think about it. Unlimited power, yeah. If it was like, if my house was closer to it, I would definitely have made one by now. But you know, I'm on a little island here. There's no running water. Let's see, ram pump. I definitely want to put a ram pump in the stream too. That'll be great. Yeah, and I can pump it up to, I was thinking about just like kind of digging out a pond. I could pump it up to the pond and have pipe coming out of there. And if I'm lucky, there will be enough clay to just hold the water in. But I don't know, I'll have to see. I'll have to play around when I get over there. I'm building a geodesic dome with solar and underfloor heating. Ooh, it's funny. It's funny talking about heating because like where I used to live, heating was a big thing, but here it's just always warm. Because it gets cold in England, you have so much more sun. Yeah, I remember being in England. You guys don't remember England, do you? You were not born yet, but Aurora was born. Aurora was like 1.5 or something. Yeah, we lived in England for 4 months. It was supposed to be 6 months, but after 4 months, I was like, I can't take it anymore. I mean, the weather was terrible, and like, anyway. Bellatrix, now I gotta kick you out of the way. You're not gonna lose your crap and have a fit on the floor, are you? All right, move over. You're right, turkey. What's even crazier is you can submerge your whole ram pump in water bin or in water to soundproof the thing. Yeah, you could do that. Hit that thumbs up, everyone. That's Mr. Landfill. How's it going, man? TDH gives me a big smile. I appreciate the big smiles. Would your kids prefer to watch movies projected onto a large screen?
We have a projector.
We have a projector right back there. What's the screen? It's a pretty big screen. The screen is like probably twice the size of this window, like twice as wide, about a little taller than that. Yeah, we have a big projector. We watch movies on a couple days a week. And you do prefer, although when we have low electricity, we just watch on tablet or computer or whatever. But yeah, when we have lots of electricity, we definitely watch on the projector on Proj. His name is Proj. My old projector was also named Proj, but he's dead now. We passed on his name. Have your kids ever played with 2-string kites? Like kites with 2 strings, right? I guess you guys have good wind. Oh, the wind here is very variable. This, like, talking to sailors around here, people are always like, this is the worst area to sail because the wind is so unreliable. It changes all the time. Like it'll come and go and then come from the other direction, and it's like
it blows a lot.
You want that? Yeah, the wind changes so much here. It's not the best for kites, but you know we could. But you guys have never played with 2-string kites, the ones you can steer around. No, you have to go ask Aurora to get it off for you. I might be running out of my kids' time limit here. That's okay. I'm at the bottom of comments, it looks like. Do you ever get corrupt government officials coming by and demanding questionable payments from you? That happened once a few years ago, before I was on this island, and they didn't get anything from me, and I ended up yelling at them and telling them to leave. And then no one has come back. So this is another example of, taking the easy way out versus taking the harder route. The easy way out would be like, okay, let me just give them some money now to make them go away. But they're just going to keep coming back. It's making your future harder. It's selling out your future so you can get away with something easy right now. I'll just do it the easy way now. But you're going to pay for it over and over. You pay a bribe once, you're going to pay it every month for the rest of your life. So they came, spent some time just harassing, and I was like, they're like, well, we need to charge you for this type of building. I'm like, I don't have any of that type of building. Well, we need to charge you for you're doing this. I'm like, I'm not doing any of that. And they just kept coming up with the stuff. And at the end, they finally said, well, you just have to pay $5,000. And I'm like, why? Where does this $5,000 come from? Well, you're not a Panamanian citizen. So to live here, you have to pay $5,000. And this is just their standard shakedown to get people to say, oh, $5,000, that's so much. Would you go away for like 200? But I mean, I know the game. I just told them, no, you guys are corrupt. You need to leave. You're bad people. You got to get out of here. And my Spanish isn't great, but I can say that. And I can say it very not politely, which is what ended up happening. Anyway, they never came back. And they've not come to this island. I think they probably got the hint. But people, I have this, it's so frustrating having this conversation with people who give bribes. Because they'll say, oh, well, you have to give them the bribes or else they won't leave. You just have to give it to them. And I'm like, how often do they come? Well, like once a month or every few weeks or whatever. I'm like, you know how often they come to my house? 0. They don't come because I don't give them the money. You idiot. Don't give the bribes. Never give bribes. Like there should never be bribes for anything. Like you might think you're going to get away with something in the short term, but you're going to end up paying for it in the long term. And everyone who's given out bribes to try to have an easy day, you're screwing over everybody, including yourself. Oh, it's easy to build. Wait, what was easy to build? String kites, 2-string kites. Yeah, I don't know. It's not on my priority list yet, but Sunny Real. What's Sunny Real? I don't know. Let me just check, reload my comments. All right, I'm at the end of comments, and I've got one. I've got one hobbit on the ground who's quite upset that I'm now acknowledging that she's on the ground. I'm not supposed to talk about her. Hey, Eritrea, can you chill out? All right. Does anyone have any more last minute questions? Hi, Jaimie. Happy to catch you live. Hope you've been well. I have been pretty well. Peace, brother. Take it easy. All right, yeah. I think I'm gonna get out of here. Let me pick up this monster. Ah, yeah. This one is very upset about nothing. So I'm gonna go take her over to the mats over there, and I'm going to wrestle her, and 30 seconds from now, she's going to be laughing because you won't be able to take it. And how do I feel about dogs and bicycles for the kids? I want to get the kids bikes, actually, for sure. Everything's fine now.
Dogs and bicycles?
Yeah, you guys want bicycles and dogs, right? Yeah. You guys have a dog over at your mom's house, but you don't have a dog here. I'm not ready to get a dog here yet. Yeah, I don't want to get a dog. I just don't want to get a dog yet. I'm not ready for a dog.
What about bicycles?
Bicycles, yeah. Well, we need a bit more space. Although we do definitely have more space to ride bicycles now than we did. Well, that's true. You could ride them around the outside of this, but there's also the path that goes out there and up there and around. You could actually ride your bikes now. Yeah, I've been thinking about getting bikes. I don't know. I got to think about it. One thing is, we're in a saltwater environment, so I don't want to just get bikes that are going to rust to death. But I'll think about it. They have a stainless steel kid car right now, and they do lots of running. But yeah, at some point I do want to get bikes. All right, I'm going to get out of here, and I hope everyone's having a great day. Hold on, let me just check if I missed any. I built my first kite alone when I was 11. Let the kids do it. All right, go build a kite. Well, they've built kites before. You guys have built kites. You haven't built a 2-string kite though. You have built kites before, like when you were 6 or something. Anyway, I hope everyone's having a great day. Be safe, everyone. You too, Mr. Landfill. All right, let's get out of here. Wait, is there anything else we have to show before we take off? No, I think that's good. Yeah. Push the little X.
What kind?
Yeah, push the X. You missed it. Right there. Now push OK. Can you read OK? Which one says OK?
Oh.
Ooh, good job, 5-year-old.